What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey, and today we're going to talk about this NFL Sunday afternoon matchup between the New England Patriots and the Tennessee Titans. All right, so this game will be played at 1 p.m. East Coast time on November 3rd. The line is currently New England +3. Over under set at 38. All right, but the line has moved or has had some slight movement towards New England, because at one point in time it was New England +3.5, and the over under was at like 38.5 at some point. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's get into this matchup, guys. Okay, so first off, we'll go ahead and we will start off looking at New England Patriots, man. All right, they were able to notch a victory in their opener versus the Bengals, 16-10. Then they hit a kind of a lull, you know what I'm saying? Those defeats came courtesy of Seahawks, Jets, 49ers, Dolphins, Texans, and the Jaguars before another matchup with New York Jets, man. And that one, they finally were able to pull off the victory in that one, guys. All right, so New England was able to halt their skid last week, and the Patriots posted an 18-9 edge in the second half and a comeback win, 25-22. Jacoby Brissett threw for 132 yards, but rushers like Ramondre Stevenson, all right, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Drake May, 46 yards and a touchdown. He did most of the offensive work, but at the end of the day, Drake did end up going out of the game or exiting the game with a concussion. All right, and yeah, that is going to kind of stunt the young man's growth, because I'm not sure if he's going to be in this game. But we'll get in the injury report in a second, guys. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to go ahead and give you all that now for New England, man. So New England got a lot of people questionable. Antonio Gibson, as a notable, he's questionable as a running back with the toe. He's dealing with that toe injury, unknown. He'll address Mapu. He's got the safety. He's got the neck injury. He's managing that neck injury, undetermined what's going on with him. Keon White, the defensive end, he's questionable, hobble with the knee injury. Of course, you know, they just doing New England Patriots stuff. Their injury report is always going to be a laundry list, right? So then when we go ahead and we look at what Tennessee has been doing, over on the Titans side, man, they lost their first 3 games to the Bears, Jets, and Packers. All right, Tennessee picked it up with a win 31-12 versus the Dolphins, but then they dropped another couple of games to the Colts and the Bills. Now, in their last outing versus the Lions, which is something we got to talk about, guys, Tennessee took another blowout defeat. Now, we all know the Lions are who the Lions are, and anytime a team plays the Lions, the next week, they don't cover. We're talking about going back to last season, guys. You can look it up if you want to, man, but I'm the book. You ain't got to look. I just give you the information, and you're supposed to take it, and hopefully if it helps you, it helps you. If not, then you do what you do. But going back to last season, a team that plays the Detroit Lions, okay, the next week, they don't cover. They don't cover. No matter what, they don't cover. But let's get back into this. So, in the last outing versus the Lions, we already know what happened. The Titans gave up double-digit points in each of the first 3 quarters during a 52-14 loss. Mason Rudolph finished with 266 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Tony Pollard led rushing with 94 yards on 20 carries. Now, as far as how these two teams have played out here on the field, just on matchup stats alone, guys, New England Patriots are literally the 3rd worst offense in the NFL. They score 15.5 points per game, and that's going between 2 quarterbacks, whether you're talking about Drake May or you're talking about Jacoby Brissett. It doesn't matter. They average 15.5 points per game. Okay, but Tennessee's defense, they are literally the 3rd worst defense in the NFL. That means they're 29th, guys. All right, they give up 28 points per game to opposing opponents, regardless of situation. Okay, and then when you look in the inverse, you look at Tennessee's offense versus New England's defense, man, it ain't much better. Tennessee's offense is only averaging 17.1 points per game. That's 28th worst offense in the NFL. Then when you talk about New England's defense, they really have not been on the Bill Belichick, Gerard Mayo tree that you would expect. because they're giving up 24.6 points per game, guys. That's the 21st worst defense in the NFL. Yes, this is year one. Yes, I mean, Belichick left the cover bare. Let's be clear about that. But at the end of the day, man, come on now. You do still have some kind of players out there. So when you're looking at New England third down conversions, they convert 35.14% of the time. That's 24th in the NFL. They're going against the number 4 defense in the NFL. That only allows you to convert 31.76% of the time. That's 4th best in the NFL, guys, on third down. Then if you look in the red zone, New England only scores 50% of the time. That's 25th in the NFL. And Tennessee, they allow you to score 61.9% of the time. That is the 24th worst defense in the red zone in the NFL. They give up, on average, 3.1 touchdowns a game. Okay, that's 29th worst. But guess what? New England only scores 1.6. Like I said, they only score 15.5 points as a team. All right, so they got some issues over there. But then let's look over at Tennessee's offense and what they're doing. So they third down, they convert 30.59% of the time. That is literally the 31st worst offense in the NFL on third down, guys. They're not converting anything on third down. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be an inch. They're not getting it. Then when you look at New England's only allowing you to convert 45.83% of the time, which is still the 28th worst defense against opposing offenses on third down, guys. So neither one of these teams will stop anybody, but neither one of these teams are good. Okay, I'm sorry. Tennessee can stop somebody on third down. New England can't stop anybody, but Tennessee can't capitalize on that because they are trash on third down. Then you look in the red zone. Tennessee in the red zone on offense, they only score 55.00%, which means nothing. 55% of the time, they don't score. All right, 55% of the time, they get in the box. That's 18th in the NFL. That means they suck. Okay. Then you look over at New England, their defense sucks against fourth down in red zone too, man. In the red zone, now fourth down they're good, but in red zone, 60.71% of the time they let you get in the box. That's 20th in the NFL, guys. They allow 2.8 touchdowns a game. That is 22nd in the NFL, and they're going against the 25th worst because they only score 1.9. So, like I told you, Tennessee's only scoring 17.1 points per game. So neither one of these teams are putting up any numbers at all. Then, all right, so how are they going to move the ball? New England's offense rushing the ball, 15th in the NFL, 4.3 yards per carry. And Tennessee's defense, they allow you to get 4.3. That's the 10th best in the NFL. But then when you look total game, right? Total game, New England can't run the ball, 111.1 yards per game, and Tennessee's only giving up 113.9. That's 12th best in the NFL, whereas New England's only 23rd best in the NFL on offense rushing the ball. So that gives you a slight edge to Tennessee. Then we look over here, actually running the ball for Tennessee. Well, per rush, they get 4.4 yards per rush. That's 14th in the NFL. They're going against the 16th worst defense in the NFL against the rush. That is 4.5 yards per play. Running the ball. So, what about full game, right? Full game, New England's not stopping nobody, man. They are 22nd in the NFL. They give up 133.1 yards per game, whereas Tennessee, man, they're middle of the pack, 119.7 yards per game. That's 17th in the NFL. Well, what about passing? Can New England do that? No. They're 30th in the NFL, guys. 30th in the NFL, they get 5.7 yards per pass play, whereas Tennessee, they're the third best passing team in the NFL against the pass anyway, only allowing 6.2 yards per play. All right, and as far as total yards a game, they only give up 151.6 yards per game, whereas New England, and by the way, that is the best in the NFL, whereas New England, they are the worst in the NFL, ranking 32nd, only getting 149.9 yards per game. All right, New England's offense cannot pass the ball, and they most likely can't run the ball against this team either. And then when you're looking at Tennessee can run the ball slightly, but they're definitely going to be able to, get off a little bit in the passing game, but we're not going to say a lot because they're only a step better than New England, man. They only get 5.8 yards per pass play. That's 29th in the NFL. Remember, New England was 30th, all right, in offense. And then when you look at New England's defense against the pass, they give up 7.6 yards per pass play, man. They can't stop nothing, buddy. They can't stop a nosebleed. They don't know what's going on. All right, they only get to the quarterback 5.75% of the time. That's 26th in the NFL, and Tennessee only allows you to get to the quarterback 8.33% of the time, which actually is the 24th worst. But it gets worse than that because New England, they allow you to get to the quarterback 10% of the time. That's 30th in the NFL, and Tennessee gets to the quarterback 6.86. So slight edge as far as getting to the quarterback to Tennessee on that one. All in all, man, Tennessee defense should really run this game, man. But let's look in the last three, right? In the last three games these teams have played, when you look at the stat splits right now, New England's averaging 20.7 points per game, and they're giving up 31.7, whereas Tennessee is averaging 13.7 points per game, and they're giving up 35.3. Now, that was, as far as for Tennessee is concerned, Tennessee played Detroit, Buffalo, and the Colts. So there's two of the best offenses in the NFL. And then when you're talking about New England, they played the Jets, Jacksonville, and Houston. One decent offense, and then really they ain't played no offense since, man. All right, just to be clear about that. So New England might be a little bit overvalued in this, all right, especially when you're looking at how they play their at home and away. At home or away, New England only scores 12 points per game, and they give up 24 points per game, whereas Tennessee, they score 16 points per game at home, and they give up 24.7 points per game, guys. All right, so neither one of those numbers look good. Neither one of those numbers sound good, but it kind of gives you an open eye at exactly what's going on with these two teams situationally, especially when you understand that you got a New England team that on the road, all right, they're 1-2. Yeah, right. And you're going against a Tennessee team that ain't won a game at home yet. A Tennessee team that, as a favorite, hasn't covered yet. And a Tennessee team that, as a home favorite, has not covered yet. In both situations, they're 0-2. Whereas a New England team, as an away underdog, they are actually 1-2 right now, guys. All right. And that's straight up. Now, against the spread, it gets a little different. So against the spread, New England is 2-5-1, whereas Tennessee is 1-6 on the season, which means they've only covered one time. All right, and when you're talking about as a home favorite, they never covered. They're 0-2 there too. Okay, and as an away underdog, New England's 1-2, guys. So in this current situation, they do play a little bit better, and they are in the same conference. In the conference, New England's 2-4 against the spread, whereas Tennessee is 1-3 against the spread, guys. And in non-division games, okay, New England's 1-3-1, whereas Tennessee is 1-5 against the spread. So when you're looking over/under, though, over/under, New England is 5 to the over, 3 to the under in the last 8 games, whereas Tennessee is 4 to the over, 2 to the under with 1 push. All right, as a home team, Tennessee is 1-1-1, and as an away team, New England is 1 to the over and 2 to the under. As an away underdog, New England is 1 to the over, 2 to the under, and as a home favorite, Tennessee is 1 to the over and 1 to the under in those 2 games that they didn't cover nor did they win. All right, so when you're looking at these two teams, you got to understand this, right? You got to figure out these trends, okay? And when you're looking at the trends, you know that in the last 10 games, New England is 2-8 out there on the field and 1-5 in their last 5 games straight up. 1-5 against the spread in their last 5 games with 1 under and 4 overs in their last 5 games, guys. All right, so then when you're looking at the spread, New England is also 3-6-1 in their last 10 as well, and it's 6 to the over, 4 to the under. But like I said, man, they're 1-5, all right, against the spread, and 1 to the under and 5 to the over. 4 to the over. All right, so in the last 5 games, they're really not stopping anybody somehow, some way, even though these spreads are being set so low. And you're looking at Tennessee in their last 10 games is 2-8 straight up, 2-7-1 against the spread, and 5 to the over, 4 to the under with 1 push. Then when you look in the last 5, man, they're the same way. They're 1-5 straight up, 1-5 against the spread, and it's been 4 overs and 1 under in their last 5, guys. The only under came against the Indianapolis Colts, and that was a 20-17. Just like New England's 1 under only came against another bum, the Miami Porpoises. aka the Dolphins. All right, way back when they didn't have Tua and they had Tyler Huntley coming out for like his first game or something like that. Man, it's just it's something you got to understand. Neither one of these teams will score. All right, neither one. And knowing that, you got to understand the trends. So the Patriots have hit the fourth quarter game total under in 11 of the 17 last games. Tennessee Titans have hit the first half money line in 13 of the last 20 games. New England Patriots have covered the second half spread in 5 of the last 8 games. And Tennessee Titans have hit the second quarter money line in 9 of their last 17 games. New England Patriots have also hit the game total over in 6 of the last 10 away games, and the Tennessee Titans have hit the fourth quarter game total under in 6 of their last 8 games at home. New England Patriots have also scored 3 of their last 5 touchdowns in the games, and the Tennessee Titans have covered the first half spread in 7 of the last 10 games at home, guys. New England Patriots have also hit the second quarter money line in 6 of the last 17 games, and the Tennessee Titans have hit the first quarter money line in 9 of their last 20 games, guys. All right, so knowing all that, 9 of the Patriots' last 10 games as underdogs following a win have gone over the total points line, and each of the Titans' last 4 home games in November have gone under the total points line. So riddle me that, Batman. All right, figure that one out. All right. On this one, I ain't gonna lie. I've been looking at it. I've been thinking about it. And looking at the numbers, you would have to take the Tennessee Titans, right? That's what you would lean towards. Not giving up a 3, maybe a money line or something like that. But I also would have to lean towards the Patriots when it's coming to the spread, just because of the fact that Tennessee just played the Detroit Lions. Now that might be something that is facetious, and people are seeing something that's not really there. But at the end of the day, all right, the Lions, every time they play a team, that team doesn't cover the next week, man, and they usually don't even win. Okay, so I would definitely lean towards, on the spread, the Patriots. Titans money line, love the under. All right, but y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Have a blessed day, stay safe, and I'll holla at y'all. Peace.